here to talk about the OWL program, which for us was absolutely critical for our children. We came with 13-year-old triplets from the mainland, so Northeast Ohio to Hawaii, which is right away a cultural shock. One of the things that happened is that that cohort group of kids have remained friends for the past 10 years. They've gone through high school, they've gone through college, they're Facebook friends, they visit each other. It's wonderful. And the same with the parents. We have developed some very strong friendships. There's something about talking about sex that certainly brings people together.
One of the things you left out is the big surprise many of the parents had, not us of course, but many of the parents had in realizing how much information they did not have themselves. It's about having up-to-date information.
I think for many parents, speaking about sex with their children can be, at the very least, somewhat awkward. And we live about 45 minutes away on the western end of the island. And so that car ride after an OWL session was amazing. I mean, the conversation that went back and forth, and our kids would articulate their feelings about what they learned.
Back in the day when we did OWL, the attitudes of the LGBT community were very different than they are today. Even going into the OWL program, we were, I wouldn't say closeted, but it's not something we talked about. It was something that, if somebody asked us questions, we'd answer them honestly, but it's not something that we would make an issue at all. We had had some bad experiences, and there was no reason to go down that road. So for the kids, they pretty much kept it to themselves. They didn't bring friends over, and if they did, they warned them what they were going to find. Sometimes they had to warn their parents. In the OWL situation, when we were there, we really didn't know how the parents were going to react. Here were two people right in their midst. And I don't know, for me, I don't know about you, I was uncomfortable. I was nervous. I shouldn't say uncomfortable, nervous. I didn't know what to expect. What really breaks through that barrier is that we have the panel as part of the program. And the kids get to ask questions. And while the kids didn't want us to be on the panel, we had to say, look, why shouldn't we? And we had to step up to the plate and say, if we don't role model this for you, we're being hypocrites. They were uncomfortable. And, at the time, it was like walking on eggshells. And we all survived.
I felt when we came at our sessions of OWL that I felt very accepted. There were some people with whom I had some differences of opinion, but they were philosophical.
The church provides a safe place. OWL made it safer and identified the safe people with whom they could speak and be with.
This is one of the parts that absolutely blows our minds. Hawaii has one of the highest rates of teenage pregnancy. It seems to me if you can give kids information on how to avoid pregnancy, you might cut that rate. And while I grew up in an environment where abstinence was considered the only thing, I think we have to be rational that we are dealing with kids that in the moment may not think, oh my goodness, we can't do this, it's wrong, And I am very concerned that kids will really affect the rest of their lives because they don't understand. And it's not even just teenage pregnancies. It's sexually transmitted diseases that can affect their entire life.